Similar to finding areas of geometric shapes, it is also important to review how to find the volume. In the classroom, I will review this skill. Okay, let's talk about volume of geometric shapes. Let's talk about the first one, rectangular box. Basically, I call it, more technically, it's called a rectangular prism. And say if I gave you dimensions of that prism, say the one base here is 5 centimeters, the other side is 3 centimeters, and the height is 2 centimeters. All you have to do is remember to take the area of the base first, which is a rectangle in shape. So to find this volume, you take, to find the volume, to find that area of the base will be 3 times 5. And then multiply it times your height, which is 2. And when you multiply those numbers together, you're going to get 30. And the units would be centimeters cubed. So a lot of geometric shapes that you're trying to find volumes, you just find the area of the base and multiply it times its height. Like the next one, let's take a look at a triangular prism. So let me give you some dimensions. How about 4 feet by 6 feet for the triangle? And let's give it a height of 10 feet. To find volume, first of all, we got to look at that base. The base is going to be a triangle. So remember how to find the area of a triangle. It's 1/2 base times height. So it's going to be 1/2 times the 6 times the 4. That finds the area of your base. Then you just got to take that and multiply it times your height, which is 10. And when you do the math, you're going to get 120 feet cubed. So just a couple of simple geometric shapes. Just remember how to find the area of the base and multiply it times its height. Let's go into some things that got some round stuff going on. Like a right circular cylinder. To most people, it's just a can. If you look at the top part, you see a circle. So if you want to find the volume, start with that base. That's an area of a circle. Find the area of a circle. That's going to be pi r squared. So you're going to have a radius, and you're going to need a height. So after you find the area of that circle, multiply it times h. So volume of a right circular cylinder is pi r squared h. Let me give you some numbers. Let's say the height is 7 inches. I'll tell you the radius is 3 inches. Now all we got to do is plug and chug. Plug numbers in, do the math. So you're going to have pi times that radius, which is 3, squared, times your height, which is 7. Now you can leave your answer in terms of pi. That would give you 63 pi. The units would be inches cubed. The key thing is to remember that when you're finding volume, your units are always going to be cubed, because a lot of times it's 3-dimensional. It is 3-dimensional. If you want, you can approximate that by using the pi key on your calculator. If you take 63 times pi, I got 197.9. So in inches cubed again. But it depends on how they give you answers on the ACT. Sometimes they might give you in terms of pi to see if you understand how to set it up. A lot of times you do have the calculator, and just make sure you round how their answers and their choices are. All right, a couple more shapes. You can make a right circular cone from a can by fitting that cone in it. And it takes up 1/3 of the volume. So therefore, the volume of the cone, a right circular cone, to be specific, it's going to be 1/3 pi r squared h. Very similar to the cylinder, just 1/3 of the volume. So say if I gave you a radius of that cone was 3, we'll keep it 3 We'll do inches. And I'll give you a height of 7. All we got to do is plug the numbers in, do the math. So you're going to get 1/3 pi times 3 squared times your height, which is 7. And if you do the math, you're going to get 21 pi. And that unit would be inches cubed. And you can take 21 times pi and get a decimal approximation. That's what I mean when I put the little squiggle lines there. That means approximately, not an exact answer. An exact answer is in terms of pi. All right, I have one more shape for you. The last one is volume of a sphere. To you and I, it's nothing but a ball. All you're going to need is the formula, 4/3 pi r cubed. And a lot of times they do give you the formula in ACT. I think if they ask you to find volume of a sphere, they're probably going to give you that formula. So all you need is the radius. Let's go with 3 again. That seems to be my happy number. And that's just plug it into the volume formula. So you're going to get 4/3 pi 3 cubed. Now, order of operation says you have to do the cubic part first. So you're going to have 4/3 times pi. 3 cubed is 27. Now, instead of multiplying the top numbers and then the bottom, I know 3 goes into 27 9 times, so I'm going to reduce it right there. So then if you have the 9 left, all you have to do is multiply 4 times 9, that's 36, and you get pi. So you get 36 pi. And if I had centimeters as a unit, it's going to be centimeters cubed. Don't forget, volume is always cubed.